We welcome you back, and now we go to the defensive side of the football, and we start up front. Sean Spencer, Tony Jerod-Eddie with us, our D-line coaches. A couple of wild dogs here. I mean, you just saw. Well, I feel like Ryland Kennedy should have opened this segment with the chant.
He stays ready.
That's right. But plenty to talk about on the defensive front here with this 2026 signing class, and we're going to jump right into it because some really good ones that are going to help the Aggies here in the future. We will start in Columbus, Georgia at Carver High School. And guys, that's where you went and got Tristan Givens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, just a dynamic athlete. You know, the guy played wide receiver. When we first started recruiting him, we have a guy on staff named James Gibson that was a coach on his staff as a high school coach back in the day, and he joined our staff. He played for Jay Bateman, and they helped us do a tremendous job with the kid. You know, just an athlete that's just an ascending talent. You know, he just keeps growing. He gets bigger and bigger every day. You know, we're so excited about him.
Yeah, his best football is for sure ahead of him, and can't wait to get him in College Station and work and mold this. He's a mold of clay right now, and his ceiling is super high. So excited about the future for Tristan.
Yeah, one thing we're doing with a lot of these guys, and we love doing it, is you said best football's ahead of him, Tony. He's hoping some really good football's on his way Friday night because Carver,
yes,
they are still in the Georgia State
yeah.
playoffs. They're in the semifinals, and again, they play Friday with a trip to the state championship game on the line. But a little more on Tristan. You know, 80 tackles this year, 25 of those went for lost yardage. I know you guys got to love a guy that can live in the opponent's backfield.
Yeah, whenever you get a guy that can make game-changing plays, that he can make plays in the backfield, whether it's a sack, whether it's a TFL, and hold the point of attack. I mean, it's really exciting, you know, because part of playing defensive line is not only to rush the quarterback, but to affect the run game.
Yeah, we want to play on the other side of the line of scrimmage. So TFLs, sacks, what we're looking for.
No doubt. Let's go to New Jersey now. Like we've been saying, this recruiting class is all over the country. Oradell, New Jersey, and Bergen Catholic High School is where you guys get Germaine Kinsler from.
Yeah, 6'7" something. I mean, he's a big dude, man. And it's crazy because I had a prior relationship with him when I was at another university. He's actually originally from Florida. You know, we got a chance, myself and Coach Tony got a chance to meet him several times in the recruiting process and just watch his skill set, you know, on the basketball court in workouts and things like that. And we just said, man, this guy's got an upside that's unbelievable.
Big human beings that can move the way he can move, right? Like you can't substitute for guys with size and athletic ability. And so, again, excited about him, and his best football is ahead of him as well.
Yeah, he's an ESPN top 300 player in America. Same could be said for who we just talked about a moment ago, Tristan Givens. Germaine Kinsler has won a state title with Bergen Catholic up there in New Jersey. So you're talking about some guys that know how to play winning football. Go across the country now. We've gone to Georgia to get a defensive lineman, New Jersey. Now we're going all the way across country to Lawndale, California, and Lusinger High School. And it's another ESPN top 300 guy, and Samu Malala.
Yeah, so Samu is a guy that, you know, as soon as Elko came in, you know, we watched everybody in the country, and he was one of the guys that stuck out to us. And, you know, he was a kid that we said, you know, in California, some people may ask, why do you go all the way to California where, you know, California doesn't have an SEC school, you know what I mean? And so to some of those kids, like, you know, that's important to them to play in this conference. And so, you know, right away, him and his family made that very apparent that that's what he wanted to do, and so we went full steam ahead and excited about this guy. He played off the ball linebacker, so has a really good skill set, a really athletic kid. This is his first year putting his hand in the ground full time, and he's wreaked havoc all year. I was able to go see him play during the bye week, and you know, had a really good game, and just again another mold of clay that can't wait to get our hands on him and help develop him into the player that he'll eventually be.
You know, when we watched him first, there was a lot of similarities to one Marco Jones, right? Like, played off the ball, did things in space, and then he actually transitioned, like Tony said, when he put his hand down, you know, you start seeing it, and every day he was sending us video of what do I need to work on to get better so I can reach this potential at that position. And when you talk about a tremendous family, you talk about close-knit family, I mean, the bond is unbelievable, and his loyalty's been superior throughout this recruiting process.
All right, let's go full circle with the defensive line because we're going back to Georgia, to Buford, ranked as the number 54 player in the country, by ESPN. He's got 93 tackles this year. 16 of those are for lost yardage. Bryce Perry-Wright, guys.
Yeah, so, you know, this has been a long time coming for Bryce. I've been recruiting Bryce. Seems like forever, for about 3.5 years, and you know, he's been, you know, regarded as, you know, 5-star, you know, number 1 and number 2 D lineman in the country since he was about in the 8th or 9th grade. And you know, the thing that you like about Bryce is, yes, he's physical. He plays the game the right way. But the thing that you love about him is he never let his status or his recruiting process get him, you know, too big for his britches. And he's always looking to get better and always looking to work. I talked to him last night, and he like, "Hey, Coach, when I sign, when can I start meeting with you?" And you know, meeting with Coach Spence, and you know, start looking at the installs. And I'm like, you know, when the kid is asking you those kind of questions, at where we at in the process, you know, you got the right one. And want to shout out Andrew Bather for helping us. He's been helping with this recruiting process since day one. So he did a great job helping us get this kid.
I mean, when you talk about a football player, you talk about molding like the football player, the prototype, and this is one of those type of guys. Like, built the right way, from not only from a maturity standpoint, but from like ruggedness, toughness, but like all the intangibles. When you sit down and talk to him, it's like you're talking to a 3 to 4 year pro in the NFL. I mean, this guy is polished. You know, obviously we got work to do with everything, but I mean, when you're talking about putting together a football player that's like the combination of intelligence, football intelligence, off the field intelligence, this is the guy.
Bryce, he and Buford, they're 13-0. They'll play in the Georgia 6A semifinals this week. Quickly before both of you guys, though, go, I just wanted to bring this up because Aggies will play in the college football playoff here. We'll know the assignment on Sunday. And the defensive line has been so instrumental in that. We know the high sack rate, the tackles for loss. Cassius Howell, finalist for the Lombardi and the Gursky Awards already. Just for both of you, before you go, just how proud are you of that group, that 2025 group, and what they've kind of led the Aggies to this year?
Yeah, I think that they've embraced the culture that we've tried to create in the room. You know, it's one thing to like try to set it forth, and then it's another thing for them to embrace it. And we feel like they've embraced the culture, and you know, it's really, really exciting to see where we can go from here. You know, and then speaking about Cassius in particular, and you talk about a guy that took a chance to move himself up from Bowling Green to come here and took a shot, and he was behind 2 NFL players, and he just stayed the course and kept working. And everything that you're seeing now is everything that he had, the intangibles, a year ago, and now it's coming into fruition on the field.
Yeah, and you know, coming into the season, one of the biggest questions coming in was, you know, what was the D-line going to be like? We lost, you know, 3 guys that were very talented, you know, first and 2 second-rounders, and that was the biggest question. And, you know, the guys that were in that room, you know, kind of took that to heart. Like, you know, we know what we got in this room, and so, you know, they made it a point that we gonna show everybody, don't worry about us. And I think, you know, people would be pleased with what them guys, you know, have done up to this point, and look forward to coaching those guys to see if we can go get that natty.
That's right. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it.